Facebook is acting strangely at the moment. Because that was the response straight to Be Live from Facebook. And interesting. Looks like it's struggling again. It is struggling. Yeah. Just a minute. No, I don't think it's going to go. Unfortunately, we can't start your broadcast in time. Please try again. Okay. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to scrap the whole lot. Okay. I'm going to go over to switchboard. I'm going to go over to the Live Master. I'm going to add LinkedIn. Northern Europe. No. Yeah, Peter, we're not live. We have. Oh, hang on.
Video thing on Facebook.
Right, John can hear you now too. We're having some problems this morning.
Right.
Hello, Peter.
Hi. Can we run the show anyway and maybe work in the background because people may be coming in. I don't know. And what is it with this XSplit always wanting you to load up all the time?
All right, something wrong with. Okay, well, this is a first. I'm going to have to. What? Hang on.
Says you're live on LinkedIn.
I'm live on LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's just come up on my
Wait a
phone.
minute. Yeah, yeah, but okay, let's hide this then, because according to my reckoning, I'm not live anywhere.
I'll soon have a look on Facebook.
We are not live anywhere. And Facebook is playing up.
Oh, says we're live in Facebook now.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, yeah, we are
Yes,
live
we're
in
live in
Facebook.
Facebook now.
We're live everywhere. Right, okay.
Yeah, we're live.
I've got a noise in the
Yeah, we are
background. You're
live
listening to us with sound on everywhere.
Yeah, live.
A tab. Okay. That's better. Wherever the tab was, it's gone.
Okay.
Ah, right. Okay. I haven't a clue what happened then. I have no idea why we're live. Facebook got annoyed at us and didn't allow us in, and then it did allow us in. So the system here is not showing us live, but we're actually physically live. So that's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm gonna put my hand up. Can you see me raise my hand on the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I think yes, we're live there as well at the moment. And yeah, okay. Right. That's discombobulating, isn't it? Right. Okay. We'll go on to Facebook changes, but I do fear that they've caused this problem. Welcome to the show. This is Blabbing for Britain, episode 288. Let's start from the beginning. Good morning, John, who was first here this morning, who was here at 5 to 10, early.
Oh, I was here at 10 to 10.
But forgot to switch.
But no one else was there. But I didn't turn my sound on, so nobody could hear me. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I was talking away and saying things of the utmost importance, and John couldn't hear me. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah. So, yes. So we're live everywhere. I think I'm going to do this in future. It's a lot easier than messing about. It's just to go. Basically, we're live because of Switchboard.
Right.
Switchboard is actually doing everything.
Okay.
Because Facebook has changed. I'll explain those changes in a minute.
Okay.
But let's go on to the first topic today. And it is, in many ways, a sad one. Under in Swindon has now closed. Now, they said in 2019 that they would do it, and they've gone. 3,800 jobs, 1,800 jobs going directly from two suppliers who are closing down. I've got to contrast this with Nissan. Yeah. Because Nissan in Sunderland are investing in a new battery factory to manufacture electric batteries, and they're expanding the range of vehicles made in Swindon. So two Japanese companies behaving totally differently. John?
Don't know. I did read the article yesterday, and I did see the apprentices have all been transferred to another business. I don't know what to say, really. Japan management had a different opinion from Nissan's Japan management. They saw nothing but problems of trying to export cars from the UK to the rest of Europe.
Yeah.
And they've decided to concentrate on Canada and the United States.
Well, they are larger markets, I suppose. But Peter, any thoughts?
Do what you want, whatever best for your firm. If you think it's not going to work for you, thank you for all the work you've done. Goodbye.
Okay.
I won't be buying Hondas. Bye.
Will you be buying electric though?
Nope.
John? Will you
I rather like the new car from Hyundai, electric car. I also quite like the Kia version because, of course, they're both from the same company. I just think it needs to mature a little bit more, and yeah, I might just buy an electric car because it's only once a year these days that I need a range of greater than a few hundred miles. Because at the moment, the longest trip I make is to just outside Tamworth and back, which is about 48 miles round trip.
Yeah.
The man opposite me, he's got a selection of different electric cars. He's obviously well off because he's got 2 Teslas, and he's got one of the big gull-wing Teslas as well. And his wife's just had an ID3 to replace her Iconic. So he's definitely committed, but as he says, it doesn't really need the range because he works from home. And if he goes to the office, he has to travel to California because he works for a Californian company. So
the thing I was listening to something about it on the radio, I think it was today or yesterday, that it's costing about 5 to 10 times more to charge up your vehicle on public areas in the street than it is to charge from your home.
yeah, but you've also got to take into account that it's quite a few bob to have the charger fitted at home, and even then it's only a low rated charger. It's not a fast charger like you can get in the street.
Right.
Do you think they are fit for purpose yet to get us into electric vehicles big time, everybody having them?
I think it will ultimately happen. The new Iconic 5 from Hyundai and the Kia 6, they're just absolutely stunning cars.
Well, I've just bought new vehicles, but if it comes in the foursome, I'll just have to hire them again because I ain't buying new ones. And the other thing that's happening in Aberdeen, believe it or not, we are now getting what do you call those zones that you like Mayor Khan paying to come in to a zone with a vehicle, you know. And listening today, if it's £10 or whatever it is, guess what? That gets shared between the customers.
But your new vehicle is unlikely to be an issue.
No, with my diesel, yeah. It's all
Your new vehicle will conform to the latest spec, and won't have to be. If you've got a fairly recent vehicle in Birmingham, you don't get to pay the charge.
Yes.
So Celia's car, charge free into the city centre. Mine isn't.
We say good morning to Mr. Stephen Silk. Morning, Stephen.
Good morning. It says I'm waiting to go live. Is that right?
No, ignore that. And
we've had a few problems today.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which I explained a minute. And we are now, I can now say that we are live on LinkedIn for the first time ever. So to our LinkedIn viewers, if you are watching this live, we've just been talking about Honda in Swindon closing, and we'll move on to the next topic. All right. Okay. Now, has anybody actually seen any of the Tokyo Olympics?
Not interested.
Stephen?
No, not a moment.
Okay. My turn for a rant then. Okay. Now, the situation is that in previous Olympic years, BBC has been wall to wall, BBC One, BBC Two, Olympics. The schedule's been pushed and they've shown Olympics effectively nearly 24/7 and bored the pants off anybody who doesn't like the Olympics. This year, however, the rights to the Olympics have gone to Discovery Plus, and BBC have had to sublet the TV rights, as a result of which sterling agreement they can show 2 different sports each day. They cannot show the whole of an event live, and we are being treated as, well, we're just not seeing the Olympics, really. We're not experiencing it. Not only are the BBC affected, they can't show the Olympics, but Sky can't show the Olympics either. And Sky have now been relegated to working out who's going to win a medal on a particular day, sending their roving reporters round to family and friends, and they can't interview the gold medalist, but they can talk to his mum and dad. And that's basically what's happened. that we're not getting to see the Olympics, and we're just. It's
And
got to-
who's put that criteria on not be able to speak to the gold winner?
basically because they don't have the TV rights.
What happened to that
What, for
public?
the gold winner?
What happened to that public ownership of certain events like the FA Cup final, where by law the BBC and I suppose ITV had rights forever? Thought that that was something that overrode any commercial agreement.
But that doesn't apply to the Olympics, does it?
Yeah, I mean UK events protected. Wimbledon, the FA Cup, certain cricket matches are all protected and will be shown on terrestrial television. But
Well,
this
thank
is
God for that, Stephen. Thank God that the cricket's been protected. I mean, my goodness, where would we have been without that?
exactly so. Society would fall apart. We'd be in a hell of a mess if we had no cricket. And cricket is now they've changed the format to the 100. Cricket.
I'm beginning to feel tired, Stephen. You've pushed
Okay,
it too
fine.
far.
Okay, let's just go on the Olympics then, TV rights. But I think it has to be said that the Great Britain, and we are united on this, are doing rather well, as you would say, Stephen.
Yeah.
But not in a sarcastic way. We are actually sixth in the medal table.
Yeah, so I did find it strange. I was trying to work out for a long time, because I'm a bit slow, what ROC was, because they were about fourth in the in the tables, and I believe it's this sort of fudge that the Russian Federation, Russia has had to.
It's the Russian Olympic Committee.
So they're not allowed to have the Russian flag.
Well, the Russian,
because of cheating over the last however many decades, and they're just not allowed in.
That's it. The Russians are banned.
It's just, yeah. So I don't know what that says about the Russians or the IOC or the rights that we do or do not have to watch the Olympics.
Yeah. But the ROC is the clean Russian athletes.
Okay.
The ones who've not been part of any doping scandals or anything. And as you say, they're fourth in the medal table. But we are a creditable sixth, and we've had notable victories. So, okay.
Oh, can I ask one more question?
Yes,
in the medals table, let's say you've won the 4x400 meters relay in something or other. You get 4 medals, and do those 4 medals count in the medals table, or is it one for a team win?
It's the event. It's the event itself. So just one medal.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
You're such a font of knowledge. You see, I thought I'd take the opportunity to educate myself.
One of the gold medals that the Brits won was, of course, the synchronized diving. So, any two of us like to do the synchronized diving? No
Synchronized falling, perhaps, followed by synchronized drowning.
All right. Okay. Now I don't know. The next topic is weather-related flooding.
It's been rough, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's bad. It's not been bad in Wiltshire. I mean, it rained yesterday. Peter, any flooding in Scotland? Or
Really bad rain up here yesterday morning, and it was really bad. And there was an amber warning with it. And people are so fickle. So we had an appointment for 10 o'clock. The roads were flooded.
Yeah.
My employee got there at 12:10 and said, "Sorry, I've got held up with the flood. It's okay, we've cancelled and we've got someone else for tomorrow." He says, "I'm here now." No, I've got someone else for tomorrow. Is that not a disgrace?
Did he ring and tell them? Is the first question.
No,
did he?
we didn't, because we're so busy trying to get on with our jobs, and that was it. But he could have phoned up and said, "I've cancelled you." Works two ways.
Right. Well, the floods have hit London, which means it's serious. Okay. Anything that affects London, it means this is real. Anywhere else in the country, they could have been telling us any porkies. But it's happened in London, and therefore action will be taken on further action on flooding. What I can't understand and it baffles me, is why we ever think of building houses on floodplains.
Cheapness.
But it's not cheap, not if you get flooded every year.
No, I was just speaking to a guy this morning that he said he used to stay in a place called Gale Terraces. I remember when the bus depot was there, I was a driver, and with the build up, and it's just like the flooding, to build up our engine in the morning to build up air pressure for the brakes.
Yeah.
People complained. And we says, you did buy a house next to the bus depot. You know, you did buy the house next to the airport, you know, all these sorts of things. Crazy.
You get lots of that from people who buy a house next to a church and then complain about the bells ringing on a Sunday morning.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Or the cock crows in the countryside.
What a side. Crazy.
Okay,
Oh,
so
well, I was up at 6. Well, I was up at 3:30 this morning, and you know what I done at 4:30?
Oh, knowing you watch some YouTube movie.
No, I baked bread.
Ah,
I'm in Ninja Foodie. In my Ninja Foodie with my new Ninja Foodie loaf tin, and it's come out absolutely wonderful. So I was live on video at 5 o'clock this morning doing it. Then I went down, done a job for 8 o'clock. Then I went to the office, and now I come back for this. Do you know I've worked my life around this 10 o'clock on a Thursday? I hope you realise that.
I saw there was an international cook-off the other day through 2 of our friends.
What's that?
Yeah, last week, Adair Palmer in Brisbane was watching Nick Wood.
Oh, right.
And she said she was looking for a partner to do a cook-off live on air. So as John just said, they did the cook-off yesterday, England versus Australia.
Yeah.
And it was such an enjoyable show because they were cooking, and they're actually talking as they're cooking. Adair had a camera pointed at her cooking area and preparation area. Nick was on his mobile phone, and it just worked so well. The banter.
The only confusion for me was that the button to press when you wanted to make a comment was in a foreign language.
Sorry?
You know, you get comments down the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you wanted to make a comment, the button was in a foreign language. It was not in English.
Well, all I can say is that Facebook is behaving strangely at the moment.
This was on what's the thing you all love that's the latest thing that you're doing?
Amazon Live?
Yes, Amazon Live.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's Amazon then, obviously. They thought you were somewhere else, John. They misread your IP address and put you down as being in Spain or Lithuania.
Well, I just wondered if it was a hangover from a Marco broadcast.
I don't think there's any connection. I mean, basically, what you see is basically the language that Amazon thinks you speak. Yeah, I mean, I sometimes get Italian text on Facebook. Right, okay. I just want everybody to be aware of something. I'm going to turn our names off because if you don't know us by now, and this is something that definitely affected us this morning and screwed up going live. And if it wasn't for Switchboard Live, we would not be live now. We cannot see your comments because we're doing all this via RTMP. And thanks to Switchboard Live, we're in 11 different destinations, and we're live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. But Facebook are tinkering with things again, and you all need to know this because you've all got Facebook business pages. When you now log into Facebook, I'm going to put the title up so that we know what we're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
or I won't. When you now log into Facebook, you have a choice. You can either log in as yourself or as your page. You cannot edit your page without logging in as your page. So if you want to put a post on your page, you must be logged in as your page. If you want to create an event, you must be logged in as your page. So within Facebook, you can switch between being your personal profile and being your business page. Okay. But what happens is this. If you've just been editing your business page and you go to a third-party site and you try to log in using Facebook, it won't let you because you're not yourself. Some days this happens, but you're not yourself. You're not your personal profile. It's your personal profile that's been used to log in, to be live, to StreamYard, to restream. You're not using it. The cookies on your computer say that you are, for argument's sake, a live video hub. And if a live video hub tries to go live and be live, it doesn't have an account.
Right.
So all the Facebook side of it is screwed. Yeah. So when I came in yesterday and I tried to set this up, I couldn't because I wasn't logged in as my personal profile. So I went over to Facebook, switched over, refreshed here, came back. Okay. And having done all that, I haven't been back to Facebook since. It still wouldn't let us go live today. So we're living in interesting times. It's just a heads up that you need to leave Facebook. Whenever you leave Facebook, make sure you are yourself using your personal profile. Because if you don't,
What a way to keep people
it's absolutely crackers, Peter. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to have to go log in as me now to be live rather than through Facebook.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or go through Google. Both work.
To go on because it's just getting ridiculous.
Well,
Why my name's still up? That's it now. It's just gone.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to improve things, but they're screwing up. They improve one thing, that something else is affected by it. Now, it only happens to people who've got the new page experience, which is rolling out to everybody. So the new page experience will screw up your life. Right. Okay.
If anything did happen, what way would you keep in touch? No, I usually go onto Messenger, right?
Yeah.
To get the link to come on to Be Live. Is there another way we could do that in the future?
I hope so. Just to let you know, I was trying to copy the link for the studio from Facebook Messenger on my iPhone because I was walking back from an appointment.
Yeah.
But I can't copy a link from Facebook Messenger at all on the iPhone. And I'm not sure if it's an iPhone or an iOS or an Android issue, but
We'll just have to get like an email, let each other's emails know.
I think I'd recommend an email rather than Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. For episode 289, I will email a link to you. You
cool.
iOS users.
Is it the same link each time, Stephen?
Sorry?
Is it the same link each time, or is it just a different code?
It's the same link each time.
Fine. In that case, one off to an email, and I'll put it into my regular strings file.
Yeah.
Okay. John knows it off by heart. You can type
it. John clicks it.
Right. Okay. Well, as far as Facebook goes, you'd say if it's not broken, don't try and fix it. Okay. Now, which brings us on to a uniquely British topic, which is BTEC. BTEC is well known. BTEC is recognised. BTEC can get you into university. BTEC is, according to the government, it's got 223,000 people on it at the moment. They're going to scrap it. Your thoughts?
What does it stand for again?
That's a good question. Anybody know? It is an apprenticeship. It's not an apprenticeship. It's a trade scheme.
Yeah.
It's a certificate for actually learning a trade, a bit like MVQs or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
It
got
stands
200.
for Business and Technology Education Council.
Right. Okay. It's going to be scrapped. In its place is a new thing which has got 1,700 students at the moment. But there is this surprising thing that surprised me, that it is people from lower income families who are actually taking the BTECs and advancing their lives. But there is a cost involved to the government. The new scheme costs less. That's all I'm saying. But BTECs will, if they get their way, disappear. Although we do have a parliament again, even though they're on holiday. We do have a debating chamber, which is full of MPs, rather than being run by the cabinet, who can't agree with themselves at the moment. Okay. Any news from Aberdeen, Peter?
No, nothing's changed. Well, I haven't even looked at what Nicola Sturgeon's saying lately. There's absolutely no news. I know that we're still busy. I mean, I can't. I've employed another guy for Monday. There's a new guy starting Monday, and I'll tell you what happened off camp. But
yeah.
So, and it's just no. I put out a job in Indeed, and the amount of people that hardly anybody applied for the job. Yet they tell me people are screaming for jobs. Where? I think the furlough's got a lot to do with things as well. Why go and work and you get 80% at the moment of your money? It's a big problem. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the news from me. Nothing changed.
Okay. How are things in Stoke, Stephen?
There's a huge stink over a very, very smelly quarry. It's called Wally's Quarry. It's actually in Newcastle-under-Lyme as opposed to Stoke. But whenever you drive, as I occasionally do, to Keele from Stoke or Trenton, where I live, the stink is bloody horrible. It's indescribable. It's just horrible. And there's all sorts of blame being taken and letters from being sent to the Environment Agency and things like that. MPs involved, and somebody's taking it to send a letter to the Johnson variant, and it's a smelly one with no real sign of any sort of consequences from the regulatory authorities. The next thing on Stoke-on-Trent Live, apart from all of the people who are in front of the courts and are all some horrible people around here, is that the town hall in Stoke, the civic centre, there are fears that council HQ will stay like the Marie Celeste if home working continues. And you'll be aware that the government is suggesting that you should go back into the office now on one day, and then on the next day they say, "Oh, take care." But it's an issue which all businesses are facing, especially with what they call the pandemic. So you get pinged. I mean, I wasn't pinned, but I was at a party 11 days ago where my young nephew turns out tested the next day positive, along with 13 of his friends at school. But and so therefore we've been sort of voluntarily self-isolating. But the discussion about working itself is being taken up by Peter's great friends, the Labour Party, because this home working and flexible working is becoming and will be the new normal, and it'll be normal soon. If it's at all possible, people will work from home 1-2 days a week.
Yeah.
If you have to go out into the field, or if you have to turn up and serve the public, then different story. But so many back office or office accommodations are just not nice places to work, and people have got used to. I mean, even my Sue upstairs, she's not there now, but people are used to doing work at home. Peter's organisation can't do that, but I bet yours, mine, and John's can.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it is going to be normal to work flexibly.
I've worked from home for 25 years.
I agree with you, John.
21 years, obviously, as self-employed, but for the 4 years prior to that, I worked for other businesses from home.
Yeah, I agree. But and that's great, and you're able to. But you will, on occasion, as you said, go out to visit clients, and I haven't done that for a hell of a long time. It's all been done online, and I'm just moving back into Staffordshire University. They've got an innovation enterprise zone or something like that. And whereas I was...
It's interesting you say this, but I went out on a bike ride the other week and I took him through an industrial estate and all the oil company offices shut for sale. Blah, blah, blah.
Really?
So bad, so much so that these people get charged rates for it, right? The owners of the buildings. Do you know the answer to it?
Take the roof off?
They're knocking them down, and then they don't have to pay rates. They're actually flattening the buildings because they pay a lot of money. Now, since I've had to go due to circumstances the past week or so, I've actually been out doing the work. And I've got to tell you, I never enjoyed it so much. I've really, really enjoyed meeting the customers, and I'll turn up at a door. Like yesterday, it was quite funny because I said to the guy and his wife, I've been here before. Yes, well, remember. And then I said, you're German, aren't you? He goes, yeah. And you know, someone was chatted for ages about Germany and everything like that. And it was good to go out, and it's actually kept me in a better frame of mind until today, and I'll tell you about that later. And basically, I was out working, and before I know it, my day's passed. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And the men can see I can do it too. That's a good thing.
That's important, isn't it? That's important that you know what they're doing and how to do it, and if they need help, then you're there to actually help them. John, it's over to Solihull. Sorry, Peter.
You've done that once. Yeah, give me another.
The Scottish nutters at it again. What can I say? Nothing really is happening in Solihull except for yesterday they'd been appealing for a young man who went out for a bike ride on Sunday with educational needs, and sadly his body was found floating in the canal in Warwickshire yesterday. So that's the only thing that's really happened in Solihull. Not good.
Well, indeed, it's all happening in Wiltshire. It's rocking in Wiltshire. On Friday, we went to a rock concert. Well, we went to a gig. Rumlide were playing at a pub in Swindon. So we all rocked up and enjoyed 2.5 hours of wonderful music from Rumlide, who are a Rammstein tribute act. And they star on lead guitar Angelica's son, Martin. And it's the first time that they've done a concert in 18 months. So they were glad to be out on the road. They were in Reading the night afterwards. But basically, you had to wear a mask to go into the premises. Once you got to your table, you take the mask off. If you went on the dance floor, it's your choice whether you had a mask or not. And normally at these gigs, there's a mosh pit. Now, I shouldn't need to describe it to you, but it is in front of the stage and everybody's going bonkers. That didn't quite take place this time, but people were
in the mosh pit, Stephen Healy.
I'm not normally in the mosh pit now.
Giving it some with your fingers like that.
I can't see your hands, Stephen. Oh, right, okay.
Were you doing that? Come on, admit it.
No, I wasn't. I was sat down. I was stood up. I was upstairs. And of course, then of course it was Angelica's birthday weekend, so we celebrated the birthday with relatives being over. The good news is that due to our government's change of plans, it's possible that her mum will be able to visit us from Germany without isolating in the UK for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's good news on a personal note.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We did, because we're going to Southampton this weekend, we did a COVID test yesterday. It was negative. So the rocking did not have any effect at all, which is good news. So it's good, as you said, Peter, it's good to be out and about again.
Yeah.
Doing things.
Stephen, quick question. How far from Shrivenham are you?
How far from Chippenham?
Shrivenham.
Sure.
Near Swindon.
We're about half an hour.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. I see cogs turning.
No, I'm down. We've got our holiday this year is going to be at the Sue's daughter's place. It's in Shriv, and we're there mid-August to very early September.
Right.
I know it's just fanciful thought that we could. I could meet a man from the internet again.
You can.
Back in the day.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Plenty of places to go. Okay. Back to news again. I struggled finding it. Okay. I did hint at COVID there. Have we passed the peak and can we relax? John?
Well, I'm hoping we've passed the peak, but I don't think we can relax.
No.
It would be mad to relax.
I think we already have relaxed. I consciously, when I watch people going into shops, etc., I consciously watch them. 9 out of 10 don't do their hands.
I went to Aldi last night, and I thought I would play a game of count the people with and without masks and who are they.
Yeah.
And this is not racially biased in any way or anything. Anyone under 30 wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Not one. And there'd be about 60 people in the store. It's quite busy.
Yeah.
And the only people over 30 that weren't wearing a mask, sadly, were Asian.
I've got another thing from the Guardian. I see the Guardian pop up in my news feed. They were saying that nurses and doctors were telling about people near death, lying on their beds, COVID, in the emergency ward or whatever, who wouldn't take the vaccine. And they were lying there saying, "Oh, I'm wrong. I wish I'd taken it now."
Yeah.
And there was even an Asian chap who wouldn't take it. He got COVID bad, and he then was in a paper saying, "I plead with everyone, take the jab. And sometimes the only way you'll find out is when you're on your deathbed, unfortunately." And that's what they're saying.
Yeah, I've seen the same reports on you on Twitter where anti-vax, is that the word up for them? On deathbed, some still denying they've got COVID, and the others saying, "I wish I'd bloody taken it." And the doctors are having to say, "Sorry, dude," or "Do that. You're done for. If you'd only had that vaccine, you'd be alive." It's a terrible thing to do.
Even on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what I have done. It's something that'll interest Peter. You know the YouTube Premium thing, 16 quid a month.
Well, I know, but I keep going cancel it. I don't take it.
Well, I started yesterday.
Right.
I thought I was starting on a 3-month trial, but that didn't go too well. But
Right.
the actual difference in the experience is superb. And when you think it's like, what would it be, 50p a day?
Right.
To not be plagued by the nothing adverts it's worth it. It's worth 50p a day. Cause like you, I've watched too much probably YouTube, but that's my right. So, but to not have to try to beat the bloody algorithm, it really is worth. It's worth.
I quite like the adverts because I like to see what's going on. and see what.
We want to see what's going on with the adverts.
Yeah.
How is
Going
that
back-
even possible?
Going back to COVID, I've shared a sign on a solicitor's door on my Facebook
I
page.
saw it. Very good. Very good.
See, remind of us that again. What did it say?
What did it say? It said, attention, if you or a loved one has been refused entry to a private business for not wearing a mask and you would like to explore legal options to protect your constitutional rights, our law firm is happy to explain to you just how fucking stupid you are.
We're on LinkedIn. You can't swear on LinkedIn. We'll get kicked off.
Beep.
Creep. Yeah, where's the beeper? Where's the delay? There's no delay. This is off.
Yeah.
I've no chance to do anything at all.
So it's one of their
I'd like
things.
to
It was clear.
apologise for the language used by John Upton on this occasion.
I don't know. I'm going to say language Timothy, and we can all go back
I
to
was
the
reading verbatim.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Somebody's
you better not
article.
read. You better not read what went on in the. Is it the Senate or the House yesterday when the police officers on duty on the 1st and 6th of January?
The ones that were crying
Yeah, the ones who were
that they
describing
feared
what
for their life.
the ones who were subject to, let's say, horrific, racist aggression, violence, language, and that's going out live on quite a few TV channels. But it was horrible.
Gripping.
A lot worse than what I said.
Lot worse than what you said. But we can't repeat that because the producer will kick us off.
I'm agnostic in the matter. It's just a question of where we're actually broadcasting to, and you know, we've actually managed to go live on Facebook. We're actually live on Facebook. Nobody knows where we are, but we are live on Facebook.
A question about LinkedIn. Right.
Yeah, sure.
You're on LinkedIn. How was that faring? How's it getting on?
Fraser and I did the first broadcast. That went very well. And Fraser and I were on there yesterday, and Fraser's been sharing it everywhere. So that's doing well too. So LinkedIn, now that I've got it, I'll keep it and just put.
So you had to apply to get LinkedIn, is that correct?
Sorry?
You had to apply to go on LinkedIn Live.
I had to apply 4 times to go on LinkedIn Live. I was turned down 3 times.
Right. What made you get in the first time?
They never tell you why you haven't got it. They just don't give it to you. There's no, there is no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, it's still in beta after how many months?
I think an idea would maybe do pre-recorded videos and put them up, keep putting them up to let them know you're there.
Apparently, you are live on LinkedIn.
Yes,
that's correct. I do have LinkedIn Live.
He's got LinkedIn Live.
I've got LinkedIn Live.
Yeah, I'm going to click on it now so Christ knows what's going to happen. Oh, hello. Oh, it's the 3 of you from earlier before I came on.
Well, you press play and it should be
hello.
okay.
Go on LinkedIn as well. See if there's any comments.
Okay.
We're live on LinkedIn.
Hello, LinkedIn.
And we have 2 reactions from Malgorzata Margaret Krukowska. Hey, but am I still here?
You're still here, yeah.
So I'm getting confused with all these pictures of myself. I'm not normally that vain. Hey, but what's going on in Britain? Not on FB, smiley face.
Right, okay.
And then she says, thanks for an interesting
Topics.
Thanks for an interesting selection of topics and accents. That's you, Peter.
No, that's Stephen. He mentioned rock concerts. I'm more of a Frank Sinatra type singer, Medea. Malgorzata.
Keep up the good energy. And then there's a guy called Chris Durbaven.
Okay.
Who's a quality manager at AGSO.
That's a lady.
And it says, hello, Blab team.
Right. Okay. Brilliant.
Chris is a lady.
let's set the record straight, John. We'll do our best. Malgorzata, if you're still watching, thank you. Malgorzata was a member of Academy, and that's how John and I know her. And Christa Boven is a wonderful lady in Belgium, and she actually found us on LinkedIn, which is good. Now, the thing is that I don't know where we're going to broadcast, apart from my profile. If you were to share my LinkedIn profile link, then people would catch us live on a Thursday at 10 o'clock. That's all you need to do. I'll give you the link there to share that link, and more people will see us by design. But thank you to Malgorzata and to Chris.
I'm doing some replies by words.
Brilliant. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's go on to our next story then. And we've not got much time left, but we do have time for one last story.
I'm quite interested in your LinkedIn profile. For software development, you've got a recommendation from a guy called Andrew Filipowski.
Yes.
Who I used to work for.
Small world, John. Small world.
Now, Andrew Filipowski owned Platinum Technology, a worldwide well-known company that was bought by Computer Associates and sacked all the staff.
Okay. So there you have it. Tokyo Olympics we've spoken about Tokyo Olympics. We've covered flooding. We've covered travel and Angelica's mum coming over from Germany. We've covered COVID. And the next one, we've talked about Honda. Just doing a quick summary, then we can do an outtake for everybody.
Does the name Andrew Devine mean anything to anybody?
No, not yet.
I know
Divine, but not Andrew.
Andrew Devine was one of the supporters injured at Hillsborough all those many years ago. He was given 6 months to live. He died yesterday.
That's right.
And not yesterday, so he died last week. And the coroner yesterday said that he had to have the same rating as all the others, which was unlawfully killed.
Yeah.
Even though he lived 32 years.
Did he live obviously lying in the bed all that time?
Sorry? Well, it can't have been totally bad in a way, because he used to have a season ticket, but they had to make special arrangements to get him to Liverpool.
Wow.
To the stadium.
Yeah.
But given 6 months to live and lasting 32 years, gave me a bit of a reminder of my own sister, who's she had cancer. She was given 3 months to live and lasted 8.5 years. So was just a little thought in my mind when I read it.
Right. Okay. Now, at Wimbledon, a tennis player pulled out, and at the Olympics, a gymnast pulled out. Simone Biles, and she just withdrew from the team, and she's now withdrawn from the singles. And basically, this is talking about mental health, and she's had an amazing amount of support from around the world for this coming out effectively. Yeah, because it is something we don't talk about. I mean, we all have our daily battles with ourselves, small or large, but obviously if you're in the Olympics and you want to be at your best, and if you're on the beam or any piece of equipment where falling could affect you, you need to be totally mentally focused. Any thoughts on Simone?
Good luck to her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you just can't make any comments nowadays, you see.
No, that's not true.
Well,
that's not true. You can wish people well.
Yep.
There are schools of thought that she pulled out more for embarrassment than mental health. That's
Well,
what Peter's getting.
okay, that's a very
I'm
horrible
not
thing to say,
commenting on
John.
it one way or the other.
'Cause who's got the right to say that?
Well, because what she said initially indicated that that was the case, and then she changed it to mental health. But you know, I can't do what she can do, so good luck to her in whatever she does.
Agreed.
Agreed. On that note, it's over to John.
Well, we were 10 minutes late starting, but we're going to finish on time. Okay.
We're actually live from the beginning.
Yeah.
Were we?
But
Yeah.
that was riveting, wasn't it?
But not on Facebook.
But not in Facebook. Okay. We were 10 minutes late starting in Facebook, but we're going to finish on time. So it's a goodbye from the man near Wally's Quarry in Silverdale. I hope he's not getting the smell too much. Sorry?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from the man in Scotland who's back out on the road working hard. And it's goodbye from my friend in Wiltshire, who I will be live with this afternoon.
We hope.
Facebook permitting.
As long as LinkedIn hasn't banned you, John.
Brendan's not here to ask if you're doing a video at 4 o'clock.
Well, we are.
Now, this is curious because the first broadcast didn't work properly. I don't actually have a stop button. No, this is serious. I can't stop.
We're offline. We're offline.
It says we're offline the whole blooming thing.
Make sure we're offline.
No, because I was using RTMP to go to switchboard, and switchboard's going to 11 destinations. That happens. There's no way of switching that off other than actually stopping the signal. So the only way I can think the only way I can think of doing this is if we all close our browsers. So bye for now, everybody. Take care and see you again soon.
Bye.
Browsers closed.
So what do we do?
So the question is, how can I actually stop this broadcast? So what I'm going to do is, I think if I set destination, this is by way of a test. If you're watching live, then thank you. I'm just going to go live on my own timeline and say testing. If I could spell. No, not right. And save. Right, so I can go live again, and I'm going to go live. Hello, Facebook. Interesting. I can now see loads of comments. Okay, yeah, okay. Thank you for that, Nick. So I've got all the comments from the previous broadcast, and Chris did put a comment on LinkedIn, and hi. Okay, when things go wrong, they tend to go totally pear-shaped. Yes, I'm still vaping. Thank you, Kelly. Hopefully that won't get the video pulled. Okay, now the problem is that I don't know how to actually stop this. So there may be a video that runs for the full 8 hours before Facebook cuts it off. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching Blabbing for Britain this morning. And we were live everywhere. There was a Facebook fail, and I thought it was everything, but it wasn't. It was only part of Facebook that failed. Okay, I'll see you at 4 o'clock today, 11 a.m. Eastern, with John, and hopefully my stopping this broadcast will also stop the one that's going on forever. Bye for now.